Veer stands in the ruins of the city's underground, face to face with the man who supposedly took his life. But Kabir flips the narrative. He admits he sent that truck, but claims it was a desperate attempt to pull Veer out of the crosshairs of a group that was already tracking him. The Rajvansh Empire, the high-rise headquarters, the global shipping lanes, the billions in liquid assets, is a layer of paint over something much older. It is a multi-generational front designed to guard a dark entity tied to the Black Temple. Kabir explains that in every generation, the Rajvansh family produces an heir destined to become a vessel. Veer wasn't chosen for his business acumen, but for his soul's capacity to host that ancient force. His billionaire status offers no protection here. In this hidden war, Veer's only value is his potential to serve as a container for an ancient evil, stripping him of any perceived power his wealth once provided. Before Kabir can finish his explanation, the station wall shatters. Through the heavy debris walk the assassins of the Black Circle. They are a cult of masked assassins whose only objective is to kill the Shadow Heir before he fully awakens. This chart shows the Billionaire system's response to the breach. It triggers a pulsating red warning, confirming the presence of a lethal threat nearby. These attackers are fanatical. They have no interest in kidnapping or ransom. They have come to ensure the Rajvansh bloodline ends tonight. The conspiracy has moved from shadows to steel, forcing Veer into a physical struggle for survival against highly trained agents. Veer engages the first assassin. He vanishes into a cloud of black smoke and reappears behind the attacker to land a heavy blow. The environment turns even more hostile as the lights flicker out. From the darkness, glowing-eyed shadow crawlers emerge, swarming the tracks and walls of the station. A crawler sinks its teeth into Veer's arm, and this chart tracks the corruption climbing through his system. When he tries to neutralize the poison, he meets a failure notice. His rank is too low to halt the supernatural corruption. Aarohi arrives on a sports bike, ending the assault by throwing a silver dagger that shatters the creature's pulsating energy core. Veer's billionaire system is useless against this type of infection. To survive this world, he has to rely on the expertise of seasoned monster hunters, rather than his own digital interface. The group retreats into the rainy metro tunnel, leaving the ruins of the station behind as they try to process the attack. Aarohi reveals her background as part of a lineage that has tracked and hunted supernatural entities for centuries. She identifies the ghost woman stalking Veer's home as Anayanya, Aarohi's sister, who disappeared a decade ago. This points toward a dark reality regarding the family patriarch. Devraj is directly linked to a murder that took place inside the mansion 10 years prior. The mansion Veer thought was his sanctuary is now a crime scene, directly linking his billionaire heritage to Aarohi's personal tragedy. Exhaustion finally takes over. As Veer falls asleep in his bedroom, the conflict moves from the streets of Delhi into his own mind. He finds himself standing on a dead battlefield under a pitch-black sky, surrounded by the remnants of an ancient war. At the center of the destruction sits a throne made of bone, occupied by a figure in dark, smoking armor. The entity identifies itself as the Shadow Emperor. It claims that when the host fully wakes, the city of Delhi will be reduced to ash. For Veer, the real threat isn't the blade of an assassin or a monster in the dark. It's the version of himself waiting to be born. While Veer dreams of the end, the reality of the situation is unfolding in the basement of the Rajvansh Mansion. Devraj stands among burning candles, discussing Veer's progress with a hooded figure. The cultist asks if they should kill the heir to stop the awakening, but Devraj refuses. He is not trying to save the world. He is actively working to bring the Shadow Emperor back. Devraj touches the ancient black coffin, and from the darkness within, a pair of demonic red eyes snap open. Veer is isolated. His enemies are at his door. An entity is claiming his mind, and the man who controls his empire is the one orchestrating the apocalypse.